Hey guys, May here, and today I have been thinking about this kind of a segment for a while, and I finally decided that the new year is the best time to start this because everybody feels so motivated at the beginning of the year. So, well, all I want to do during the beginning of the year is sleep, because I know that once I get back to school I won't sleep for a while. Some of my most popular videos are how to start a K-pop photo card collection and how to start a K-pop album collection. So I've decided I should just make this kind of a K-pop help segment, and a lot of you guys have said, how do you put your posters up? How do you package up your photo cards and stuff? And those videos are coming. Today I'm going to be doing how to learn K-pop groups, and this is just my advice. After my 6 years in K-pop, I've learned quite a few groups, like so many groups. So I feel like I'm kind of really good at it now, but obviously I haven't always been very good at it. Just to give you an idea of what K-pop was like when I first got into it, most of the groups were 5 or 6 members. Think about like DBSK, 2PM was one of the larger groups, they had 7, Big Bang had 5, 21 had just debuted, they had 4, SHINee had 5, UKISS has always been kind of weird for that, but bigger groups are starting to become more and more popular, and today I would say the average group probably has about 7 members in it. I think that there aren't too many groups who debut who have 5 members. Most have 6 or 7, or a large amount, like Attention is 10, or EXO used to have 12, or, you know, the new Starship Girl group has 12, and then, you know, the SR16B group is going to be large, and the Willem Boy group is rumored to be large as well. So there are a lot of large groups coming out. 17 has 13 members, so it's definitely becoming more and more popular to have a larger groups. You're seeing larger groups do a lot better than groups that have 7 members, because so many groups have 7 members that you can just kind of, aren't they all the same kind of group, you know? But if a group has 13 members, people are like, wow, 13 members, oh my god, and then they're like, oh, I like this group, I should learn them. So I thought that I would go over some things that I've learned how to do. So Super Junior is one of my ultimates, and when I first got into K-pop, they were the largest group that I knew about. Super Junior were established, they just released Sorry Sorry, so that's like their big hit song that everybody knows. So so I was looking for them, and I found them, and I was like, you know what, every group I've learned up to this point has had 5 or 6 members. 2PM had 7, that was like my major, like, whoa, I learned a 7-member group. So I was like, well, we can do it. We can do it. So I decided to do it, and this was a complete, like, huge thing for me, and I had to go through every single music video, because the first music video I saw of them was, well, the first music video I saw of them where I decided I really liked them was Sorry Sorry. I looked at Sorry Sorry, and the music video for that is very dark. It's very hard to see the members' faces. They were also going through some, like, member change things then, so, yeah. So I went back and I watched every music video before Sorry Sorry, which is quite a few music videos. Not as many as they have now, to be honest, but like back then it was quite a bit of music videos. And so I went through every music video, and I would search around the comments section for some hint about who's who, or I would ask, I'd be like, hey, can somebody tell me where the members appear, and, you know, all that stuff. And the ones that have always been the most helpful for me are the ones that are like, well, Kyuhyun sings here, here, and here, and I'm like, okay, so this is all Kyuhyun. But sometimes people just give you their first line, or like, I hate when people give you, like, all the members are standing still, and they're like, oh, in this order. I'm like, I'm not gonna remember that. So the part that they're singing at, the most important, I think. Just if you can get somebody to tell you multiple times they're singing it, like if you have a friend that knows the group really well, and they're like, this person is singing here, here, and here. Like, if you asked me, I would be like, they sing at these spots, or they rap at these spots, or if they don't have any lines, like in some groups it happens. If you were learning Madtown from their debut music video, Day One doesn't have any lines, so I would have to be like, well, or like if I was teaching you Wano from Monsta X, from like the first music video from Trespass, he only has a very short line, but he appears multiple times, so I'd be like, Wano is here, here, and here. I went through and I took screenshots of every single member in every single music video, and I kind of had them all organized, and I was like, I would write like, this is Siwon in this music video, this is Donghae in this music video. By the time I got back to Sorry Sorry, I knew Super Junior. I would say the one thing that has worked for me every single time, is watching variety shows. I've never come out of watching somebody's variety show, even if it's just like a Weekly Idol episode. I've never come out of that being like, I didn't learn anybody's name from that. I at least know the members that Donnie and Connie decide to pick on that episode, you know? I like know them. In a little half-hour episode, they can only put so much footage in there, so obviously some things are going to get cut out and some members aren't going to be shown that much. That's just kind of one way that I've always known to work, you know, is that if you watch their variety show, especially if you can read Korean, this is like the most helpful thing ever, because subbing teams will sub what they say, but they won't sub the little lines that appear underneath them, you know what I mean, where it'll say like their name in this little box and then what they said like written out in Korean. So if you can read Korean and you know the members' names, you can be like, oh, this member said that, and it's a constant name to face, like I don't know, Hoya said this to Dongwoo, and then Dongwoo said this back to Hoya, and then Sungyu laughed and made a face and said this back to him, and then Wooyeon tripped, and you know, it's just like all those constant name to face, like this is this person, this is this person. I've done this a lot lately for larger groups, is make a list of the members' names. I always do it in age order because I'm just like that, but I always look up their age order. Wikipedia is great for that, or any of the other, just search a group search profile, like Madtown profile, and you will find their birthdays, their ages. Sometimes they put like blood types and all this other info about them, and a picture of their face. But if you write down that and then you go and watch the music video, say they only have one music video, say only has one music video that I can talk about. Everybody's like all debuted and released multiple albums at this point, but okay, well, let's just pretend that it's back before 17 debuted, because when 17 was about to debut, I watched their newest show, and the 6-episode thing where they were trying to get the rings back, yada yada yada, and I would write something that would remind me about that person. Like for Wooji, I wrote that he is very short, and whenever you see a very short person, or with Sungyu eyes, he has Sungyu eyes and he's very short, so I would be like, oh, that's Wooji. Don't go with hair color. I do this sometimes, but don't go with hair color, because hair color can change very, very fast. I would never go off of hair color. Unless it's something like, if you were learning cross gene, Sejong has been blonde in every music video since he joined the group. So, he's always the blonde member. Are there other members who have been blonde on the music videos? Yes. So I don't know how helpful that would be, but he's always been the main vocalist who was blonde. So those kinds of things are okay, but like a lot of idols change their hair very, very fast, so it's not really the best idea to go off of that. So just little things like that, or like something about their personality, like they talk a lot, or they are the main vocalist so they sing a lot, or if it's a high note then it's probably him. If you were learning Infinite, I would tell you if it's a high note, it's probably Wooyeon you're listening to right now. So just things like that are very, very important, and then following up with it I think is very important as well. You can't, I did this with JJCC. I learned them this past comeback, not this past comeback, but the song they released before their newest song. I haven't seen their newest song for whatever reason, but I watched that music video, learned them through that music video, and then I never followed up with it, so now I don't know them anymore. I forgot. And I know so many groups, but it's really just like, I'm never gonna forget Infinite and I'm never gonna forget Super Junior, because I see photos of them or things about them every single day. So I'm never like, I'm gonna be like 60 years old and I'm gonna see a picture of Siwon and be like, that's Siwon from Super Junior. Remember when he was an actor and did all these things. Also dramas. If you're into K-dramas, I know not everybody's into variety shows or K-dramas, so like the music video thing and then writing down, it works for music videos. Also, not everybody has time to watch variety shows. I understand that. I'm binge watching a lot of variety shows right now because I know once I get back to school, I'm not going to follow any of them. My biggest test for especially like established groups, say you're just getting into K-pop now, I learned them from their newest music video, and then my final exam is going back to their debut music video or dance practice and learning that. Also, watching live performances is super helpful too. My battery's about to die. Watching live performances is super helpful too, because there's no like movement of the camera besides the person who's singing, so it's really easy to learn who's singing where in that part and then go back to the music video and be like whatever. But there are some music videos where like their hair color will be different, but you shouldn't go off a pair. But I'm just saying, their hair color will be different in the music video versus the live stage, and so you'll be like, what? Yeah, I think that's really like my main points, is that making a list of the members is super easy. Once you figure out a way that works for you, it's really easy to just do that for every single group. Watching the variety shows, like I said, is a surefire way. And they're subbing teams for a lot of groups. They're subbing teams for so many groups, and it's just so easy that way to learn them and to learn their personalities. And I always have this thing where I'm like, I can't really choose a bias in a group until I've seen a variety show, because their personality could be so much different than what they are on stage. So it's just one of those things where you need to be kind of careful about that, and that's why I've had member changes, like bias changes in a couple of groups, because I didn't watch the variety stuff before I learned them. But you just have to go over it multiple times. You have to not like leave and go away for 3 weeks and then come back to them. But that is like a good test too, if you like think, oh, I really know this group, to go away for a couple weeks and then come back and be like, do I still know them? Like, watch the same music video, the first one you learn from them, and be like, do I still know them? Because that'll be the easiest one to remember. I think that's all the advice I have on that. Hopefully this helped a little bit. If you have any other suggestions for any other K-pop help videos that I could make, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear your suggestions. And if you have any more questions about how to learn K-pop groups, you can leave me a comment down below as well, and I will try to help you out as best I can. Also, if you're just like, you can leave me a specific group too, because I do know a lot of groups, and if you're just like, I don't know what they've been on, I can be like, well, I know they had a Weekly Idol episode like a few weeks back. I think it aired, so, you know, I can just say things like that. Weekly Idol's good for that. There's a few shows that are just really good for learning groups. And then those of you who have been in K-pop for a long time like me, you can leave a comment about like how you learn groups, and this might help other people as well. So I'd really like to start doing these kinds of videos to help newer fans, because like I said in my other video, I've gotten a few messages this past year saying people just found K-pop and they just found my channel, and so I'd like to make this kind of a place for people who are new to come and kind of learn more about how to do the things that I had no idea how to do when I first got into K-pop. Okay, I need to go because my battery is about to die in like 2 seconds, so I will see you guys very, very soon. Like I said, if you have any other suggestions for videos I should make for this segment, do let me know, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!